Hey guys, we've got us quite a theme park going on now, don't we? First things first, I have to. This is going to be a short little, kind of like a review video, because I didn't get an entirely lot done, a whole lot done, but I did kind of move into some areas I think of where we're kind of going to take direction next. And but one thing, I've got to give a shout out to Squidward's house. He sent me a message after the last video, and he's like, hey man, I'd love to get in and kind of look at Slingshot and maybe try to give you a different layout, and just do you care if I jump in and grab it and take a look? He's like, no pressure to use it or anything. So I said, yeah, go ahead, sure, it's on the workshop. And he went and grabbed it, and he gave me a pretty awesome iteration here. I've had a couple people reach out and try to do this. Blue Avocado did one. His was cool. It was just too big. It deviated too much from this original concept. A couple other people worked on a version for me, but all of those kind of moved away from my design too much, whereas Squidward's house actually kind of took my design and ran with it, really smoothed it out. Really's got a nice roll here now instead of like the janky in-game roll that I had going on. It just comes so smooth through here now. And actually too, the coolest part, what he sent me is he added this extra element right here. Remember, my version came right underneath the path and then it just turned and went right back down, whereas Squid's version, actually, I just think that extra little, like, you could just imagine being down here on the path like these little guys and watching that come over. I just think that is killer. Actually, here it comes right now. I made you miss that main turn. We'll catch it again. But if you're down here at path level, I mean, how awesome would that be? I'm sure you probably have to have some catch netting up right here so it doesn't shoot anything like phones or anything out of their pockets and blast you in the head down here. But the only thing that I could see on this version is if one of you guys want to jump in. I know it's kind of daunting, but if you guys want to jump in and maybe try to custom support this for me, you can try to custom support Squid's design right here, because I know to a lot of you coaster nerds, these in-game supports are probably absolute horrible eyesores. So I don't know, just reach out to me in the comments down below, or send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram. It's all at Sdanwolf. And if you don't even have to reach out to me if you don't want, just go on the workshop and look up this park and jump in and just have a field day with it. See if you can come up with a cool, a cool custom support type idea. And if you can come up with a cool one and I like it, I will give you a shout out in the next video. So yeah, we're moving on from that. And still got construction walls up. You guys probably saw in the cinematics, but I think I'm going to go with my buddy Claire's idea. Before we move on to the Nordic, the Viking type area, I want to dip our toes into the Egyptian area. And this is kind of going to be their whole staging area out here. We've got the camp supply. We actually have functioning restrooms, so once I unblock this, the guests will actually go in and use that bathroom. We've got Mufuti's obelisks here, looking really cool, and then one of the main gateways that are going to take you into the Egyptian area, also by Mufuti. And I just think this area is going to be really, really awesome. The whole shopping plaza area was a rip from my Adventureland on one of my Disney builds, and I think just the whole vibe of these buildings. You see, I even have like my Skipper Cantina over here. The whole vibe, I think, just works really good, like New World Egypt, and then we'll kind of move off into the older section. But yeah, this is where they have a lot of their shops and stuff set up. Well, the first part of their shops, right past Swackhammers, and I think it just fit out. It finished my. It added to my first vision of this smaller lagoon, of having it completely surrounded by shops, and restaurants. So if we move around here and look at it from this way, of course we have Mwanga's, we have Mina's Cafe right here on the corner, and I think that it just worked out really cool. I also did some work back this way. I think this is eventually This is either going to lead us into the Viking area at first. I was thinking that, but I've got some really neat ideas, like you guys were saying, for a good Thai area. So I don't know. We may have to do us like a good Thailand, type area back there. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. Anybody that's new too, remember Mwanga's actually hides a restaurant back in here. It's kind of like a little steakhouse. And this thing, it looks okay in the day, but like we always say, this one really comes alive, this whole little area, and I'll show you. It comes alive at night here. Let's go to PM. See, everything just gets really dark and mysterious. That light takes over. I just think it looks killer back here. Got a little bit of everything, all of these cultures mixed in. Oh, I got to give a shout out. Let me see. That is a toolkit item that is going to greet you right at Mufuti's obelisks. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. I must shout out. Yeah, Black Man Shadows. So really awesome Sphinx here. We'll definitely be looking at more of his pieces. But yeah, I just love the inside of that restaurant, and like we said, I wonder how many people will never know that's in there, that even have that even have it pulled up in their workshop, or if they're watching this. If they're not watching this, that'll be interesting. But yeah, kind of just I was getting this little area, this little market area fixed up right here, and as we move on a little further, I'm like, this doesn't seem like a good staging area for the Vikings. This seems like maybe a good Thailand type staging area. So I think maybe that's what we'll go with back there. And maybe we can still work on getting us like a little mountainous region built up. Because a lot of you guys were talking about some terrain undulation here and trying to get that figured out. So maybe we'll save that for the actual Viking area. I haven't messed with the pirate area since I kind of started getting the Egyptian side on my mind. I know that we had just talked about that in the last video of getting me to try to focus and finish up on the pirates. But that will come. Sometimes when these ideas start coming at me, I just want to finish them, or I want to not finish them. I want to get them started before I forget them. I really need to get my notebook out and start writing these ideas back down. But anyways, like I said, we will next I'm focusing on the Egyptian area, and also too, I've got to show you guys this before I leave. Check out what I think could be an awesome, if I can find it here for you guys. Check this out. I think it would be an awesome Egyptian coaster, and I didn't even build it. Let me go to Filter Steam Workshop. Was it down near the bottom? Let's see. I got a bunch of your guys. Oh, right here. Check this out. Temple of Anubis. Once we really get the Egyptian area filled out back here. Now, of course, you know me, I'm big on sight lines, so we'll go ahead and plop it down. Man, I don't know, guys. That looks pretty awesome back there. That silhouette. I don't even know if we'll leave it on that angle, but that silhouette back there just looks pretty killer. Look at the bugs they have climbing on the side of the walls, the custom stone support. Actually, you know what? We'd probably flip this, because look over here. This is the entrance area. Whoops. Let's flip this and take a look. I don't know why it's picking that up over there. Weird. Actually may work out a little better like this. Okay. Yeah. That is pretty intense, especially, like I said, if we're going to have us a full-fledged Egyptian area. I think that would be awesome. I just don't know. I hope it's not like, you guys will have to tell me if you think it's with all the rock work, if you think it's a little out of proportion to like kind of everything else we're doing, like I guess particularly to Slingshot. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that looks pretty cool, especially with not having anything else themed over here. So I don't know, but that definitely, when I saw that on the workshop, that absolutely caught my attention. And that is by, let's make sure we give proper shout outs here. Let's see, Temple of Anubis is by Jolks. So I think that is pretty cool. I definitely want to implement that in the park here somewhere. So I think the Temple of Anubis will have a spot in Stables Rest. I just don't know which angle I'll put it on, or if we'll push it a little farther back over there. There's a lot of different things we can do with it. But anyways, guys, yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, pop in, give you a little weekend update of kind of what I've been messing with, and probably give you a little more substantial update probably early next week, early midweek, and we'll just kind of gather your thoughts on that. But I really think the spine of this shopping area just looks killer over there across from that lagoon. Really just kind of gives it sits back off of the lagoon enough to really let the staging area breathe. But just really happy with how that turned out. And then of course, probably over here on the other side of the market, we will think about maybe another set of cliffs and maybe getting another thinner lagoon put in up there eventually. But like I said, let's turn our attention to Egypt for right now, and kind of get some ideas rolling for that. I know a lot of you guys were thinking like an underground dark ride for Egypt. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways we can go, but definitely want to make Temple of Anubis a part of that. So anyways, guys, yeah, I'm Sdanwolf. As always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. Don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video, and that engagement really helps push it out to more people. And yep, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you. See ya.